Canada's changed the field a little bit. A third slip has come in. Deep fine leg is still there. There's no square leg. He comes into bowl. Back to the same line and length. And it's left through to the keeper. You can see here his economy is only 1.58. And he's bowled 18 dot balls in 3.1 overs. So almost every ball has been a dot ball for in for the second ball of the over. And that's driven away through to cover for a no run. Stopped by the cover fielder fairly comfortably. And Bimshaki's now 3 off 7 balls, just slowly playing himself in. And he's looking for that drive, and he's beautifully played it out into the deep. They're coming back for a second, and the field has picked it up nicely and stopped the third run. So 2 runs out into the deep there. As you can see, that ball was a little bit fuller. The batters waited for it and played a lovely cover drive. Comes in for the 4th ball of the over. It's nurdled down into the gully for no run. Zahid's having a good reward for bowling kind of a good length or short of a good length outside of the off stump here. And again, this is guided this time down to third man for a single. But you can see continuation of that good line and length, a bit of extra little bounce there. So the batter was able to kind of rock onto the back foot and guide that through the gap to third man. In to finish off the over, and it's Yorker length guided to cover for a single, but no runs. We're 27 for 2 off 7 overs. Some very tight bowling from Zahid Shehzad. I think the approach from these two Nepalese batters is correct. Just to take your time and see yourself in. It's a long match today. Plenty of time to build an innings. Plenty of time to work your way up. And yeah, good day for batting. If we look at the previous 2 matches, Nepal have scored 176 all out off 46 overs and 143 all out off 39.4 overs. So they haven't batted the whole 50 overs out on either of the practice matches. So I would say that's probably one of the aims for today is to bat 50 overs. You can bat the whole complement of overs, then there's a chance to get over 200, which would be a good score on this pitch. The first of those practice matches, the Canadian high-performance team knocked it off with 3 wickets remaining after 36.5 overs. So they ended up on 145 for 7. In the second game, Nepal hit 176 all out of 46 overs, and the high-performance team knocked it off in... Sorry, they were all out for 156 off 45.3 overs, and Nepal won that game by 20 runs. So far it's 1 game each for Canada and Nepal in these practice matches. In comes Jaskaran Buttar, new bowler. Starts off a little bit wide of the off stump there. Bit of outswing as well. Just kind of inspecting his run up. Not too happy with how he run up there. So he's started off with 1 wide. Second ball, similar to the first ball, wide outside of the off stump. This is the first match for Jaskaran Buttar in this practice match series, and just trying to get into the game at the moment. One's in nicely, and that's shaped very well just outside the off stump, and the batter chooses to leave it. Not as much swing in that delivery as to the first 2. Coming in for the second ball of the over. Oh, that's shaped beautifully. Come off a good length, extra bounce, and right past the outside edge. Batter gets away with no edge on that one, because that was a very well played delivery there from Jaskaran Buttar. He's really found his line in length on that delivery. Here he comes in. Wind's blowing. Safely outside the off stump. Through for no run. Canada retaining 2 slips. A third man. Final leg is also down there, just out of shot. We've got a fairly deep mid-on and a fairly deep mid-off as well. And he's on a really good line, just taken, kind of squared up the batter, it's popped up safely just short of the bowler. It's a much better line and length here from Jaskaran. He comes in for the 5th ball of the over. That's nice. Just guided down to gully there for no run. So after the couple of fairly wide outswinger deliveries at the start of the over, Askar's really returned with a much better line and length. And he's been 5 excellent deliveries. We're looking to wrap up this over with another one. Close it out. Keep testing for that edge. He's got very close with a couple of these deliveries. He goes. Outside off. Big swing from Sharky, but misses it, and that finishes off the over. So Nepal are 29 for 2 after 8 overs. So it looks like they're going to continue here for a 5th over. As we were saying, he's bowled very tight 4 overs, 2 wickets for only 8 runs, including 2 maidens, and a double wicket maiden. He's running in here. That's the over. Oh, and he's got through the gate, straight through the gate, and bowled him. Mohammad Asif Sheikh is out bowled for 7. And that was a fantastic delivery that started just outside the off stump. A little bit of in swing here, and we're going to see a replay. As you can see, comes in. There's movement, and it's actually hit off at the top of the off stump. We'll get an even better view here from the other side, and you can see that it kind of gets through the gate. But it's moved very nicely off the surface, in seam, and it's bowled him. An excellent wicket there for Canada. That's another wicket for Canada, so we're now 3 for 29 runs only, and Zahid Shahzad's having a brings the new batter to the crease, Dipendra Singh Array. It's challenging conditions to come into as the number 5 batter. Only 8.1 overs have been completed so far, but Nepal already on the back foot at 29 for 3. Canada have brought in a 3rd slip. He comes and he's straight on the mark, and it's defended out to cover. With a shy at the stumps, attempted run out, but the batter was safe and the fielder missed the stump. There's definitely about survival at the moment from this one end against Zahid Shahzad. And again, a little bit fuller pitch, and it's pushed out into the covers where it's fielded comfortably. So into the 5th over here for Zahid Shirzad. And yeah, Nepal are really going to have to try and make it through his spell without losing any further wickets. If not, it's going to be a very challenging innings for them. Oh, he's putting it on such a good length. Both shaping in and then straightening out. And he's past the outside edge very well there. The batter's looking a little bit in trouble here. Very challenging conditions here for the Nepalese batters. Here he comes in again. 5th ball of the over. Good line and length and defended into the covers safely by Dipendra. Comes in to finish off the over. Will be another maiden, and the batter's just been distracted by something and turned away from the delivery, so that there'll be a dead ball. Ball will be bowled again. You can see here that he raises his arm before the ball's bowled. Something down on the boundary maybe, or something nearby that was distracting him. And Zahid Shirzad had a very good spell today. We also played a couple of days ago, opening the bowling and bowled 5 overs for 19 runs with 1 maiden. Here he goes to finish it off, and it's still a great way to finish the over. And that's another wicket maiden for Zahid Shirzad. And Canada are really keeping it tight from that one end, and now they're kind of been changing the bowlers up a little bit at the other end. So they started off with Tajinder Singh, who bowled 3 overs for 19 runs. We had an over from Jaskaran Bhattar, 1 over for 2 runs. It looks like now we've got a change of bowler, and it's Sukhjinder Singh who will be coming in from that same end. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of a spin here. A left arm spin. Keeper's just putting on the helmet. The field has changed quite a lot. We now have a short, fine leg, a deep, square leg, 1 slip, long off on the boundary. Mid-on is inside the circle. Yeah, you can see there also gully point, and he comes in first ball, and it's just down, bounced up, hit him on the pads for no run. Yeah, it's interesting to see here. Will there be any turn and bounce? 1 player's heading over to mid-wicket. Move from the offside. So second ball, Sukhjinder comes in Nice length, and there is some turn there. That is beautifully bowled. Good line and length, testing length, and that's turned away from the bat through to the keeper. It's a very promising start there. Third ball of the over. Not as much turn there. Fired it through a little quicker, I think. And the ball kind of just went straight through to the keeper. Sharky's on 6 off 19 deliveries. Faces up. And that's full pitched, pushed out into the leg side, down to deep square leg, who throws it in and keeps it at a single. So Dipendra is taking looks like a middle guard. Gets ready to face up to Sukhvinder Singh. Soon bowls it, and it's straight, but he's managed to get his bat on it. Has swept it down to past fine leg to square leg, who ran around quickly and managed to cut it off and stop the second. So that's really good fielding there from the Canadian team. There's potential opportunity for 2 there, but they kept it down to 1. Brings Bim Sharkey back on strike. And he comes. He's gone for a big swing, and he's bowled. He went for the big shot. It was a full pitched ball, bouncing on leg stump, I think, or middle. You can see he's tossed it up nicely, went for the big stroke, and it skidded through and hit his leg stump, knocking off the bail. And that's a wicket for Sukhvinder Singh. You can see from that replay, yep, straight through the gap. It's a good bit of bowling there, just putting up a little bit of a tempter. And the Nepalese batter could not resist. So unfortunately, Nepal lose another wicket. We're on to 31 for 4 off 10 overs. It's a great start there from Sukhvinder Singh. A very accurate opening over. There was good turn and then some good arm balls, and then that last one fired through, I think, a little bit quicker, and it beat the batter for pace and bowled him. So we welcome a new batter, Mohammad Arif Sheikh, to the crease, with Nepal in a little bit of trouble here. 31 for 4. That was the end of the over. So we're going to continue from this end with Zahid Shahzad. And Canada's really looking to apply the pressure today. 31 for 4. They're keeping their main strike bowler on for his 6th over. Hint of movement still. Comes in for the just outside off stumps, punches it back down the wicket there. Collected by the bowler. Another good start to the over. Okay, Zahid Shahzad probing outside the off stump. Punched into the leg side for a single. Picked up by the fielder. Batter just looking to move across the stumps and push that into the leg side where there's more gaps. It's currently a very offside dominant field. The only fielders on the leg side are kind of a wide mid-on and deep fine leg on the boundary. So there's a lot of gaps in the off stump. A lot of gaps in the leg side. And he's just the bowler's just moving the fine leg a little bit finer for this delivery. I'm saying there's a lot of gaps in the leg side, but there's not many deliveries going anywhere near the leg side or that many on the stumps, because it's been a very consistent length and line outside of the off stump. The captain set this attacking offside field for Zahid, and he's been bowling to that field perfectly. Then for the 5th ball of the over, and another inside edge there. Timing's just a little bit off at the moment. Been taking these edges very nicely. There's interest in the slips for a potential another slip catch. The slip fielders are keeping their hands nice and warm in their pockets as the cool breeze blows across the ground. See them ready themselves for the end of the over. Another little bit of an inside edge out into the leg side. It's running past square leg. The fielder's coming in, picking it up and throwing it in to keep them to 2 runs. So now Zahid's free rate and strike rate from the opening bowler. It's like Sukhjinder Singh is going to continue from the other end and continue his challenging bowling here after an excellent first over. Here he comes in. There's a nice straight line. Nepalese batter pushes it. Dependra pushes it into the offside. He's interested in a single, but his partners was not interested at all. And it looked a pretty tight single if they had gone for it. Second ball comes in. A little bit of turn, a little bit of bounce. Just pops up into the gully region. Interesting to see if we can get some more turn here, like the second delivery in that over, first over. Bowling a more of a straight line at the moment. Just pushing the batter back, keeping a fairly kind of angling it into the stumps and then straightening it. There's no big turn and flight at the moment, but he may offer one up. There we are, and he's slashed it in the air over cover, and they're running through for a couple. Fielder's picked it up, sending it in, and stops the third. Very nice throw in there from the fielder. You can see here there's a little bit more width here. Allows him to get some air onto the ball and chip it over the inner ring. And that's an edge. And that's the one. That's the one that he wanted. A nice floated delivery outside the off stump. Not enough footwork from the batter and a thick edge through to the slip. You can see here, he doesn't get across to it and takes the edge. Lovely delivery. Very, very tricky line and length to deal with. And that's another wicket for Jinder Singh. It's leaving Nepal in a difficult position at 36 for 5 after only 11.5 overs. The new batter Arjun Saud is going to be coming in here with a real challenge on his hands. Nepal need to rebuild their innings here. We're only 12 overs into 50 over match and they're 36 for 5. There's been some excellent bowling from Zahid Shahzad. He's taken 3 wickets. Jaskaran Buttar in for his second over. It's a little bit short and wide. There's a swing from the Nepalese batter, but no contact. You can see from the stats, Jaskaran's played quite a lot of games. Experienced player. Bowling to 2 new batters, so Mohammad Arif, big 2 off 4, and Arjun Saud hasn't faced yet. And none of the Nepalese batters have been able to stick at the crease so far. Comes in and it's short. He's cut it straight to cover fielder for no run. He comes in, third ball of the over. Straight line, just tucked around. There's a gap in the offside, leg side, sorry, so they're having to run hard. Actually, the wicket keeper's made it all the way out to square leg to pick up the ball and ensure that Nepal aren't able to come back for a third run. They're actually moving one of the slip fielders now out into mid-wicket position. So previously there was only a wide mid-on and a deep fine leg on the leg side. Similar field to the previous bowler. But now they've moved one of the slips into a mid-wicket, somewhere between mid-wicket and square leg. Comes in, bowl. Hits him on the pads. No appeal. Batter's warming himself up. Needs to get those feet moving, get those hands moving. Been a chilly start to the day. Lots of hoodies spotted around the ground. A few gloves, a couple of hats. The Canadians finding their winter clothing in anticipation of the long winter that will be coming. But we're now in a very nice sunny day. Batter's warming up, ready for the ball, and he's defended that nicely into the offside. There's been another good over from Jaskaran Buttar. 1 ball to come. He comes in to finish off the over. Outside the off stump. Oh, extra bounce there. And the batter tries to cut it through the offside, but isn't able to make any contact. So another over passes by there. We're after 13 overs. Nepal are 38. The Singh is going to continue from the same end. Figures 2 for 4. And will be bowling against the new batter, Arjun. So pressure is really on the Nepalese batters here. Canada are having a great day with the ball so far. Been extremely accurate. Comes into bowl. Oh, nice turn and bounce past the outside edge. Comes in. Floats that one up. Fully pitched, pushed into the offside. It's stopped by Canadian fielder Ollie Cox. Delivery just pushed into the point region there for a no run. Again, some tight bowling here. A lot of spaces here for the batter to go. We've got still have the short fine leg, still have the deep square leg, and deep long off. So that pushes it into the offside. It's going down to long off. It's going to easy single. Are they going to come back for a second? No. The fielder reaches round and sends it in before they can make it back. So it's just a single there. And he's coming in to finish off his over. One ball left to Mohammed Arif Sheikh. Oh, and he's edged it down to short fine leg, who fields it and stops the run. So that's the end of the 14th over. Nepal are 39 for 5. Current run rate of 2.8. And batter's just getting his helmet. Now on to face the fast bowlers. We're going to continue here with Buttar. So we've got one slip. In the leg side, there's a deep square leg. Who's been moved further out, is in short square leg, regular square leg in the last over, but now deep square leg. So hold a straight line, it's pushed out into the leg side. Mid-on comes round. They get a single. There's a big gap in the leg side between the fielder's kind of a wide mid-on. And then everything else, the two fielders are on the boundary at deep square leg and deep fine leg. the opportunities for singles into that leg side if the line of the bowler strays down there. Gascaran will be looking to keep it outside of the off stump. Pushes that one in, but the fielder's in close enough that he's able to stop the single. Some hint of swing earlier in the innings, but that seems to have diminished a little bit as the ball has lost a bit of its shine. Scran comes in. Batter goes for the big shot, but contact not very solid, just rolls into the leg side. Nepalese batters are struggling a little bit here at the moment to time their shots. Been the nice shots out through the offside, but they're going to have to dig deep here. Comes in, big shot, back down the wicket. It's cleared mid-off, and it's rolling towards the boundary, but a good slide and throw from the fielder there. Stops at the boundary. Swung through there. Seemed to lose his grip a little bit with the shot. So it didn't get the best contact, but they do get round for a couple of runs there. There's 3 off the over so far. Nepal's coming in. Pumping those knees up. Back on the line. Good bouncer. Comes through chest height. Batter kind of backs away, trying to steer it over the slips region, but ends up missing it, and so it goes through to the keeper. There's a nice bouncer there as it kind of angled in towards the batter's body. It made it difficult to get the space to play that shot. Comes in, final last ball of the over, just on the leg side a little bit. It's chipped into the leg side for a single. Bowler fields his own bowling, and that is the 15 over mark. Nepal are 43 for 5. Here come. Big hit. Back down the wicket. Long off's going for it. And it looks like it's bounced safe. And gone for 4. Mohammad Arif Sheikh is looking to play some shots now. Walks down the wicket to the bowler and places it straight for a nice boundary. A bit of pressure on Sukhjinder Singh here. Batters coming down, punches it into the offside. Easy fielded, no run. Comes in to bowl. runs down the wicket, whacks it over the leg side, and that's a big shot for a 6. A lovely connection there. You see here from the replay that he does well using his feet. He comes out of the ground, out of the crease, a couple of steps, and places it over the mid-wicket boundary for 6. That's good to see this intention from Nepal. They've been struggling a little bit defensively here. So pushing a little bit of pressure back on the bowler. It's a good strategy here from the batters. Give something for Sukhjinder Singh to think about here. What length does he want to bowl? What line does he want to bowl? Will he keep coming down the wicket to him? 4th ball of the over. Kind of guides that down to short third man for no run. So he just dropped his length a little shorter there to stop him coming down the wicket. He's cut it through to point. Fielder gets a hand on it, but he's unable to stop the single. Stop the boundary, but not the single. That's a good piece of fielding. As we go into the last ball of the over. Arjun on strike, and he just smartly defends it back down the wicket. So we're back on the field after drinks break. I think everyone needed a warm drink today. So I drink my cup of chai. A strong wind still. Cool wind. Bhaskar comes into bowl. Pushed into the offside for no run. Comes into bowl and he's cracked it away in the offside for 4 runs. Really good contact there. You can see here on the replay. Kind of short and wide, and he's had free rein to slash that one over the fielders on the inner ring comfortably to the boundary for 4. A lovely shot there from Mohammed Sheikh. He's really finding his rhythm now. Had a very good previous over against Sukhjinder Singh, and now started off with a boundary here in this over as well. One straight, pushed back down the wicket, fielded by the bowler. Oh, he goes for the run out. Obviously not very happy about conceding a boundary on the last ball. Ends up firing it into the stumps. Direct hit, but the batter's not out of his crease. No run from that delivery. So coming in here, 4th ball of the over. Bhaskar against Mohammed Sheikh. Outside the off stump, goes for another cut. But misses this one. No run from that ball. 2 balls to come in this 17th over. It's been good to see some counter-attack from the Nepalese batters here, particularly from Mohammed Arif Sheikh. He's managed to up the run rate from about 2.5 and over. Now we're at 3.5 and over. There's still a long way to go in this match. And he comes with ball just outside the off stump, guided down to 3rd man for a single. Puts the new batter on strike, Arjun Saud. He's got 1 ball to face in this over. And kind of rather cautious start from this batter, and that makes sense, given the position that Nepal currently in. Coming in, last ball of the over, down the leg side, wide delivery. Have to bowl another one. It's a good Arjun maybe looking to try and give the strike to Mohammed Sheikh, given that he's now looking in pretty good form, hitting the balls well. It was tricky to get the timing right at the beginning of this innings, but Mohammed Arif Sheikh's starting to look like he's hitting the ball well. So Okay, last ball, it's just punch back to cover for no run. Well, he's at 60 for 5 after 17 overs. Just Canada for much of those initial overs after the excellent bowling from the opening bowler, Zahid Shahzad, and the left arm spinner, Vijender Singh. Vijender Singh's going to actually continue from this end. His last over, he was hit for a very nice 4 back down the wicket, and also a big 6 over the mid-wicket boundary. It'll be interesting to see if Mohammad Afsheikh continues to use his feet to get down the wicket to the pitch of the ball, which he did very well in the previous over. Comes in, he's done it again. He's going for another big shot, and it's gone over the mid-wicket boundary. We're just checking there. I think that was a big 6. So yeah, he's continuing his good footwork, moving down the wicket to the pitch of the ball, able to get really good contact on that previous delivery. It's been a bit of a field adjustment now. Due to those shots over the mid-wicket boundary, we now have a deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. And a long on. Back in, and it's punched back down the wicket to long on. Just be a single. But now there's a lot more protection on the leg side for those shots that Mohammad Afsheikh has been playing. For Arjun Saud, the field has changed. Deep mid-wicket and long on are coming in to the ring, and mid-wicket has moved to a short fine leg. Let's just push back into the offside there for no run. Comes into bowl, 4th ball of the over. He goes for a slash through the offside, but isn't able to make contact. Ball taken by the keeper, who whips the bails off, but he didn't leave his crease. Pushed out into the offside for a single there. Actually, they've come back for 2. It's good running by the Nepalese batters. Comes in to finish off the over. And it's just wisely defended by Arjun Saud. That ends the over. It was now 69 for 5. Canada have used 4 bowlers. Been a counter-attack by Mohammad Afsheikh. Did some lovely shots over mid-wicket and back down the wicket. Fast long off, long on. So Mohammad Afsheikh's now moved on to 30 runs off 27 balls. And has been supported in the partnership with Arjun Saud, who's only got 4 off 12, but he's been keeping one end of the wicket safe. He's been pushing singles to give Mohammad Sheikh the strike, and is overall helping to build this partnership for Nepal, a desperately needed partnership at this stage. So we've got Jaskaran Buttar coming into bowl again. That's clipped into the leg side. There is a fine leg who's picking it up. His left arm throwing it in and stopping the second. This is Arjun on strike. Comes in for the second ball of the over. And it's a nice straight delivery, defended back. There's no run there. Yeah, the game currently settling down a bit now. Partnership building for Nepal. Canada bowling well. But we may be seeing, we've had 4 bowlers so far, we may be seeing a 5th or 6th bowler at some stage soon. Oh, it's defended. Through his legs, keeper quick on it, stops any chance of a single. Sun shining. Here he comes in for the 4th ball of the over. And it's down the leg side. It'll be a wide ball. So far today, Canada bowled 12 wides. That one is full pitch straight, back to the bowler. Much better from Jasper. Couple too many wides maybe from Canada. There was a lot of swing initially in the innings. Cost a few wides, but otherwise it's been very tight, very good bowling from the Canadian team. It's a short ball, he's guided it. Looks like it. One bounce down to the 3rd man. So it's pretty safely guided. Nice short delivery there from Buttar. Mohammed Sheikh just kind of leant back and guided that through the gully region for a single. Well, over the gully region, I should say. It was in the air for a while, but pretty safe down to 3rd man there. Buttar's coming in now to finish off the over. Currently 3 runs off the over. Comes in. It's just down the leg side. They're appealing for a catch. Big appeal from the wicket keeper and the bowler. No one else seemed particularly interested. And it's been given as a... May have clipped the pads on the way down. That might have counted for a sound, which would have got the bowler and the wicketkeeper interested. Either way, not out, and Nepal are 72 for 5 after 19 overs. Run rate's moved up to a 3.8. And Sukhjinder Singh is back onto bowl, continuing to bowl. It'll be his 6th over. He's currently 2 for 25, or 5 overs. Jaskar Buttar has no wickets for 17 runs off his 5 overs. Going to the 20th over here. Inga walks in. Batted nicely back down the wicket. Oh, he's gone straight through him and is rolling all the way down to the boundary for 4 byes. Oh no, it's an edge. The umpires signalled runs, so there may have been an inside edge here. Let's have a look at this. Yep, looks like it took a thin edge past the keeper and ran all the way down to the boundary. So he gets 4 runs, that Arjun. See if he can reset here and get back onto it. And he rocked back and cut it into the offside, but it's easily fielded by the point fielder. Comes into bowl. Oh, excellent turn there, Jinder Singh. Turned right past the outside edge. Batter could not get close enough to it. Another one. Greater delivery, well defended. 1 ball to come. Current partnership, 40 runs off 47 deliveries, which has been very promising. Comes in here to finish the over, and a little inside edge into the leg side. The keeper goes to field it, but it comes in and picks it up. Keeps it to a single. So there's been partnership moves now to 41 runs, which has been a very good recovery from 36 for 5. Now we're 77 for 5. Jinder Singh 2 for 30 off 6 overs. Economy of 5 runs per over. Jasran Buttar looks like coming on for his 6th over. He's currently bowled 5 overs, 17 runs with an economy of 3.4. Fielding wise, we have got a deep point on the boundary and a deep square leg also on the boundary. Starts off very straight, ball popped up a little bit, but well defended by the Nepalese batter. So the boundary field is currently, as I was saying, is a deep point, deep square leg, deep fine leg, and deep third man. Suggests to me a little bit of some bounces, maybe some short deliveries going to be bowled here, given the field, but we'll see what comes out. Oh, that's a beautiful line and length. Good length. Straightened up, straight past the edge of the batter. Batter was kind of caught in 2 minds, whether to go forward to that or play it off the back foot. Just down the leg side, whipped out into the leg side. Looked like they might try and force a second. No, the keeper's got to it and very well fielded back and thrown back into the stumps to stop the second. So far, the fielding from Canada has been excellent. Good catch was taken. Second slip. No fielding errors. And they've been sharp, trying to stop the seconds and the quick singles. Comes in again. It's a little bit short. He's clipped it. Caught by the keeper, but it looks like it came off the thigh pad. So not out. You see here in the replay, shorter delivery, a little bit down the leg side, and it's come off maybe either the thigh pad or the chest guard. It's a good catch by the keeper. Two balls to come in this over. Interested to see if there's any more short deliveries. He comes, and a little bit of backward length, just pushed down to wide slip gully in for a single. Good batting from these two. They're looking for the gaps, taking the singles, taking the opportunities. Two runs so far off this over. As Batar runs in. Straight one. Glance down to fine leg. Should only be a single. It's a really good throw in. And that ends the over. 3 runs off the over. Nepal move on to 85. Partnership of we've got a change of bowler. Sukinder Singh is going to take a break here. As replaced with Tajinder Singh, who opened the bowling. He was getting quite a lot of outswing. He bowled 3 overs for 19 runs, no wickets. Bowled mostly at the start of the innings. We'll see now with the ball in a slightly different condition, whether there'll be much movement. Could have been change of the field, a bit less attacking here. We've got slip coming out. It's now going into point region. Most of the players are in the ring, apart from a long on and a deep square leg. And a third man. Comes into bowl. Short outside the off, just pushed into gully. And fielded for no run. So not too many fielders in attacking positions at the moment. Fairly conventional field. And the protection on the leg side. Comes in again, starts a little bit wide, moves a little bit in, but signal wide by the umpire. Just checking his run up, making sure everything's perfect. The next delivery. Seems like there is still a hint of swing in the air. He runs in, second ball of the over. See if he can exploit that. And that's much nicer. Starts outside of off, moved a little bit in. And that's where he's wanting to be bowling is. He's getting a lot of movement in towards the batter, so he needs to start at least a foot outside of the off stump. There's a wide called there. Struggling a little bit with his line here. It's the 7th wide of the innings for Tashinder, so he's got a little bit of work here to try and get some more consistency. Comes into bowl. Oh, that's lovely. That one takes a bit more bounce. Nepalese batter tries to push it into the offside, but there's too much pace, too much bounce to get any contact on it. Some good fielding there. The gully position stops any chance of a single. So we've now 4 deliveries off this over. 4 dot balls, 2 wides. So 2 runs off the over. Hopefully Tajinder can close out this over with a couple more dot balls here. Runs into bowl. Nice movement in. Pushed out into the offside, but fielded for no run. He goes to finish off the over. Last delivery comes in, and it's cut nicely through the offside. Third man's having to come round, picks it up, and throws it in. 2 runs for the Nepalese batters. You can see here, nice bounce, nice width. It ends the over. 22 overs have been bowled. Wicketkeeper has his helmet back on. Canada turn back towards spin. We're going to have a new bowler. Shield Patel. So a little bit of change in field here. We have a 1 slip, gully, point is heading out to the boundary, cover. We have a long off, a long on, deep square leg, and a short fine leg. We're coming into bowl. Left arm over, pitched out, pushed out to the boundary. There is a fielder out there who's going to pick it up and send it in to stop the second. There's just 1 run. Penning back down the wicket. And Shiel Patel opened the bowling yesterday. Sorry, Saturday. Bowling 6 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 15. So a very economical opening bowling spell in that game. Give the 4th ball of the over. Oh, excellent delivery. A little bit of a fuller length, but turned quite significantly past the batter. We go in again. And that's a full delivery pushback. So there's definitely some turn on offer for the bowlers today. The left arm spinners have been exploiting that. 2 batters currently have a 49 run partnership. They're almost at 50 partnership. They face 65 balls, which is in. But it's well fielded by Shiel Patel. And a great start to his spell. 1 run off the over. Tajinder Singh is going to continue. Field remains fairly similar from his previous over, with a lot of protection behind square and square and behind square. Comes into bolt. And it's cut beautifully through the offside, down to the boundary for 4. It's a lovely shot there from Mohammad Arif Sheikh. See on the replay there was good width, and he rocked back and middled it for 4. It's the 50 partnership up for Nepal. 53 runs between these two. Into bowl. It's a straighter one. There's an appeal. Come down the wickets, hit the pads, but the umpire's not interested. Mohammad Arif Sheikh moves on to 37 off 34 balls. He's hit 3 4s and 2 6s. A strike rate of around 110. His partner Arjun Sood, 14 off 37. Batting a lot slower, but a very important partnership. So he's going to continue. Another wide one and another cut shot, but now there's a fielder out at deep point who's able to pick that up and return it for just a single. Arjun Sood on strike. It's just defended back to the bowler. Five off the over so far. That's down the leg side for a wide. Tajinder struggling a little bit with line still. Had to put a lot of space out on the offside for the batters, and now wide down the leg side. comes in. 5th ball of the over. It's a short delivery, is pushed out into the leg side. There's a bit of space there. The keeper's got round to it quickly again. Really good fielding from the keeper to stop a second run. After he played that shot, it looked likely that they would get 2, but the keeper's restricted that to 1. Very quick out of the blocks there from the Canadian keeper. So another run, so that's 7 off the over so far. 1 ball left. He's just tickled around to fine leg. It's a sharp single, but they make it comfortably. Very good running from the Nepalese batters. We end up with 8 off that over, which moves the score on to 93 for 5. Of 24 overs. Run rate is around 3.9 and over. Projected score 194. We're 1 over away from being halfway through the innings. Shil Patel back onto bowl. It pushed out into the offside. They're looking for 2, but the fielder at deep point manages to pick that up and get it in a timely manner to stop the second. There's just 1 run there. Shil Patel comes in to Arjun Saud, and it kind of pushed out into the offside. They pick the gap. This time they're going to go for 2. And they're coming back to the bowler's end, safe. And there's a well-run 2. Just a little bit further away from the boundary fielder. So they were able to exploit that to get back for the second. A little bit more intent there from the runners on the first run as well. Really good to see. Oh, he's edged it. And he's walked. He's out. Caught behind. There's some very honest batting there from Arjun Saud. Appreciate that. We'll see on the replay here. It's a nice loopy spinner. And it's taken a fairly big edge off the bat there. Outside edge. Keeper's done well to pick that one up. And Nepal, you lose another wicket. They're still appealing, but Arjun Saud was already halfway off the pitch. He knew that he'd edged it, and take a wicket, first wicket today for Shil Patel. Nepal 96 for 6. Mohammad Arif Sheikh remains 40 not out off 37 balls. We've got a new batter, Kushal Malla. Comes in at a challenging time. Hopefully is able to stick around and build another partnership with Mohammad Arif Sheikh. This last partnership was 60 runs. So it took them from 36 for 5 up to 96 for 6. Three balls into the over. And Shil Patel against the new batter, Kushal Malla, who is a left-hander. Be interesting to see this matchup. Holds it well. Defended into the leg side. No run. That wicket came at a good time for Canada, as that partnership was motoring along quite nicely. Into bowl, down the leg side, wide ball. Yeah, I feel like it was an important time to break the partnership. Pushes it into the offside. Last ball of the over. Floats it up. It's pushed into mid-wicket, but there's no run. There's 4 runs off the over and 1 wicket. Nepal move on to 97 for 6 off 25 overs. We have Test series happening in Pakistan, between Pakistan and England. After the first day, Pakistan on 328 for 4 in Multan. There's a 1-day international between Ireland and South Africa occurring. The Women's World Cup is underway. England playing against South Africa in the Women's World Cup right now. 4 runs needed in 6 balls. There's also the CPL final last night, where the St. Lucia Kings beat Guyana Amazon Warriors with 2 overs to spare, chasing 139. Got a change of bowler here. A new bowler, Rana Salman Ghani. Coming into bowl to Mohammad Arif Sheikh. Starts off with a wide. Pretty similar field to the previous bowler, Batar. We've got those defensive fielders on the boundary at deep point, deep square leg, fine leg, third man. Mid off and mid on are up. Comes into bowl. Push back nicely. No run. So in front of square, all the fielders are inside the ring, but behind square, mostly on the boundary. Ball of the over comes in, it's wide. He's cracked it in the air, straight to the fielder at deep point, and he's out. Caught. It's a big wicket for Canada. Mohammad Arif Sheikh out for 40. You can see here, short and wide, but he didn't get hold of it fully and pick the fielder out. Only had to take a few steps to his left. Very solid catch there. And for the second ball of his over, Rana gets a wicket. Brings it to the crease, the new batter, Kushal Patel. And Nepal are in some trouble here at 98 for 7. There's only 25 overs of the match taken place so far. And after recovering from 36 for 5 up to 96 for 5, they've now lost both of their settled batters. Mohammad Arif Sheikh out for 40. And Arjun Saud is out for 17. They're going to have to rebuild here. Kushal Patel, he's taking leg stump guard. Field remains the same for the new batter, apart from deep square leg is being brought in to kind of a square leg, more of a mid-wicket position. Deep point remains out on the boundary, and we have one slip. He comes left by the new batter, comfortably through to the wicketkeeper. Comes in for the fourth ball of the over, just outside off. Bit of a low bounce and through to the keeper, who picks it up nicely. Kushal Patel he's had mixed fortunes this series. He was out for a duck in the last game off 2 balls, but previous game hit a handy 25 runs off 30 deliveries, including 2 4s and a 6. Be looking to channel more of that score. Ooh, manages to defend through there, a little bit of an inside edge onto his pads, runs out to the point. No run. It's in here to finish off the over. Outside the off stump, comfortably outside, left by the batter. And that finishes the over, which went for 1 run and 1 wicket. Seven off 26 overs. Going to continue with Sheel Patel, who's bowling his 3rd over. Currently conceded 5 runs and taken 1 wicket. It's protection at long off and long on. Into bowl. Chipped out into the leg side, but there's a short mid-wicket. Picks up the ball. Long off has been brought into mid-off as he punches it back down. Mid-wicket picks it up again. Getting through the overs quickly here. Keep the pressure on the Nepalese batters. Nicely bowled outside of off. Batter played for less turn than happened, and it ended up being quite a big turning delivery there, but safely off the pads. Oh, and again, big turn, defends it, pops up in the air a little bit, but comfortably short of the mid-wicket fielder. In for the 5th delivery of the over. Popped out into the leg side. There's space, square leg for a single. They're thinking about a second, but not enough time to get back for that. Sheel Patel finishing off his over here, the last delivery. tosses it up. Defended solidly. You can see the score putting Nepal in a better position. Unfortunately, losing those 2 wickets puts the pressure back on Nepal now. We're 99 for 7 off 27 overs. Rana Samangani continues from this end. So field continues. Similar to the previous over, however, they're moving one fielder into the offside. We've now got 2 slips. Well, we kind of got a wide, almost like a 3rd or 4th slip. So we've got a 1st slip and then a 3rd or 4th slip. There's a point, cover, and then a deep square leg protecting on the leg side. It's nicely bowled outside the off. Good carry through to the wicket keeper. Yeah, protection on the leg side at deep square leg and fine leg and mid on. But there's a big gap between mid on and everywhere else. Be keeping a very offside line throughout this over, I expect. Actually, deep square leg has been moved up now to mid wicket. Here he comes, outside the off stump. All taken by the wicket keeper. No run. A bit of wind picking up here. Bowler comes in for the 3rd one. That's nicely placed into the leg side for a single, the square leg. That's the 100 up for Nepal. 100 for 7 off 27.3 overs. Currently at a run rate of 3.6. It's pushed down to mid off, and they look for a single, but it's not on. A little fumble by the fielder, but he picks it up and stops the single. Comes in for the 5th delivery of the over. Nice, and it's punched back down the wicket and fielded by mid-on comfortably. There's definitely some consolidation happening here by the Nepalese batters. These two taking their time, taking their deliveries to get settled. Another 22 overs to go. Wide outside there, hits it. But cover fielder comes around and stops the single. Another good over there from Canada. Going through a very economical period here. Only a few runs off the last few overs. Shil Patel's going at 1 run per over. Shil Patel comes in, and it's a big shot up in the air. It's cleared the fielder for 6 over long on. A lovely shot there from Kushal Mala. See that on the replay. Frees his arms, swings through, and it clears the boundary by 5 meters or so. So even with the fielder right on the boundary line there at long on, batter still went for it, and here's another go. Pushes it back to the bowler, no run. Still went for the shot and cleared it. Cleared the boundary significantly. There's also a fielder out at deep mid-wicket. Pushed it into the leg side. Non-striker was keen for a run, but there wasn't any run on there. Cuts it into the offside. Straight to the fielder. There's a bit of a mix-up. He's back. And he's out. Run out. Big mix-up there between the two batters. So he pushes it out. He's keen, but the non-striker was keen, but then wasn't. Gets it around and is comfortably run out by the wicketkeeper. Very disappointing there from the Nepalese batters. Breakdown in communication. Probably wasn't a run on, but if they'd run it fast and without hesitation, they would have been home. So Kushal Mala run out for 8 runs. New batter, Sampal Kami, comes to the crease with Nepal at 106 for 8. Shil Patel bowling well. We've got 2 balls left in this over. It's just pushed into the offside, no run. Pretty tight field on the offside here. We've got a slip, deep gully, short point, and mid off. Long off, mid on, and a mid wicket. And there's defensive fielder on the deep square leg boundary. Sends that one straight, but no run. Good over from Shil Patel. There was a 6 off the first ball, over long on. But then a very tight rest of the over. So another wicket for Canada has moved Nepal onto 106 for 8. Sampal Kami in his at the non-striker's end. Left by Kushal. For a dot ball. Sampal in his previous match. Batting at number 9. Scored a handy 31 runs off 33 balls. including 2 fours. Handy contribution towards Nepal's score of 176 all out in the game that they ended up winning by 20 runs. Comes runner. It's pushed into the offside, but it's stopped by the fielder. No run. In that same game, he also bowled 3 overs, no wickets for 10 runs. So a good all-round performance from Sampal in that last match. Nepal are going to want him to contribute another 30-odd runs here to help. Rana, that ball from Rana kind of kept a little bit low, bounced short of the wicketkeeper. Captain's talking to the bowler. Interesting to see what tactics they go for against these new batters. Kushal's none off 11. He goes for a cut shot. He's hit it out to deep point where it's picked up and thrown in. Stop any chance of a second. It's a nice cut shot there. Kushal is off the mark. Moving on to 1 off 12 balls. Mangani coming in for the 5th delivery of the over. Nice straight delivery. Ended into the leg side there. Just the 1 off the over so far. We are to finish the last ball of the 30th over. Or not quite. Wide ball. We'll have to bowl that one again. Been bowling a very good, very tight line so far. Only conceded 3 runs. Only conceded 4 runs off 3 overs so far. Finish the over here. Push back down the wicket, but safely to mid-off. No run. The 30th over completed. And Nepal are 108 for 8. I think Sheel Patel is going to continue. He's going to be bowling his 5th over. Currently figures of 4 overs, 1 wicket for 12 runs. Kushal Patel is facing. Comes into bowl. Push back down to the bowler for no run. He's bowling this very consistent line. Most of the balls are straight, but a few just outside off to tempt it. That's an absolutely beautiful delivery. And he's bowled him. Oh no. It was a stumping attempt. So he bowled that one straight. It turned a little bit. Ended up missing everything. Attempt of a stumping by the wicketkeeper, but not out. You can see he lifted his back foot, but didn't leave the crease. A little bit short, a little bit more turn. Kushal considered whether to hit that with a little bit more force, but opted against it. Continue on this very straight line, keeping the run scoring opportunities very low. He pushes it out into the offside through the gap between point and cover for a single. So only one off the over. Rana Samangani continue from this end. Kushal Patel is facing, scored 2 off 18 deliveries. His partner, Sampal Kami, no runs off 4 balls. At the moment, Nepal will be considering what is a good score. 109 for 8. They're going to want to try and get up to around 140, 150. Flicked out into the leg side, into the gap, and it's rolling down to the boundary for a 4. It's a lovely shot from Patel. Bowler has come in fairly straight, a little bit down the leg side there, and it's flicked away beautifully onto the leg side. Some excellent wrist movement there from Kushal Patel. And he's got the reward that he wanted. 4 runs. No run there. And comes runner. Side the off, stays low. Keeper picks it up. Currently 3.6 and over. Projected score of 180, but that's, don't think, factoring in the Nepal being 8 wickets down at the moment. Comes into bowl, it's outside off. Pushed into space, down to 3rd man for a single. Two deliveries go in the 32nd over. 5 off the over so far. In. Aims for the Yorker. Pushed it out into the leg side, but they're only going to get a single. The fielder's round quickly. Sampal off the mark. Partnership of 9 runs off 19 deliveries. Rana here to finish off the over. In he comes. Nice. Nicely on the off stump, defended by the batter. That's 32 overs gone. Canada fairly settled in here to these two bowlers, Shil Patel and Rana Samangani. Patel's coming on for his 6th over. And Rana Samangani is bowled 4. Nicely floated outside off. Heel for a stumping, but no interest from the square leg umpire. Floated that up. A little bit of extra turn. Comes in again. Solid defense. Just trying to tempt the batter out with a little bit of a cover drive or a straight drive. This one's down the leg side. Pushed out to deep square leg, who's coming in fast and sends the ball back in to stop the second. Bell runs in. Punch back down the wicket. Push through the offside to long off for a single. Boundary protection includes the long off fielder, a deep cover, and a deep square leg. Another solid over there from Shil Patel, just the 2 runs off of it. The ball 117 for 8 off 33 overs. So we have a change of bowler. Back into the attack is the opening bowler, Zahid Shehzad, who had an excellent opening spell of 3 wickets for 11 runs off of 6 overs. That included 3 maidens and 1 double wicket maiden. The Canada are looking to take these last few wickets quickly now, bringing their strike bowler back on. In he comes. And it's been driven through the offside, out to the boundary. There's no protection out there, and it runs for 4 runs. It's a little bit wide. Full pitch there. A little bit of a loosener from Zahid. And Kushab Patel makes the most of it with an exquisite cover drive. Patel is starting to look more and more comfortable as he moves on to 12 off 26 deliveries. And it's a much more aggressive line, not aggressive line, probing line from the bowler there. That's where he bowled most of his first few overs. A very consistent 6-over spell where very few deliveries on the leg side, very few deliveries straight, all were in that zone just outside the off stump, and that's been pushed down into gully. An excellent piece of fielding from the Canadian fielder there to stop the runs. Wicket keeper's going over to tell him what a good job you've done. Canada have been fielding very well in this match. They've been keeping the pressure on, keeping the batters on strike that they want, and ensuring Nepal haven't been able to get away with any easy runs. Comes in for the 4th ball of the over. He's back to his line that has got him the rewards of 3 wickets early in this match. Comes this ball's over, or just outside of off, but well left by the batter. Nepal are inching their way up with this total. Partnerships of 15. They are on 121 for 8. Comes in and he's pushed that out through the gap between gully and point. It's running out to the boundary, but the fielder's going to get there as they come back for 2. There was some interest in a third, but they weren't able to make it. You can see on the replay a nice push out through the offside, guided between the 2 fielders. Kushal is starting to settle into this innings very nicely. We're on 123 for 8. Run rates at 3.6. Start of the 35th over. Well, that's a good turn there. Powell considers pushing it back down the wicket, considers cutting it. But there's a lot of turn. Ended up just defending it. Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. It's appealing for stumping, but it's not. Let's have a look at this replay. Atta pushes forward at the ball. Doesn't really leave his crease. It's an optimistic stumping appeal, but it's good glove work from the keeper. An excellent turn there from Shield Patel, right past the bat. And again, well left by the Nepalese batter. Interesting little match up here between Shield Patel and Sampal Kami. Shield Patel's getting quite a bit of turn. There we go. Fires through the arm ball. 2 balls to come. Sampal Kami's being patient. He's watching the deliveries. Oh. Just hugs his bat behind his pad there to let that one go through to the keeper. And he's gone for it. He's hit it out. Deep cover for a single. Pretty safe shot. Gets a single off the last ball of the over to take the strike for the next over. Nepal on 124 for 8. Partnership of 18 between these two. Zahid Shahzad continues to his 8th over. Nepal pushing their score up. Slowly but surely. The previous 2 matches, they had a winning total. They batted first on both games. They had a winning total of 176 in the first match. And then the second match, the first match, they scored 143 all out, which was knocked off by Canada's team. Tries to dab it down to third man, misses the ball. So we're looking for a score closer to the 176 than the 143. But they are 8 down. It's going to be important partnership between these two to try and push up the score past 130, past 140, past 150. It's pushed out back down the wicket, but cover picks it up and sends it into the wicketkeeper for no run. In for the third ball of the over. It's a short one. It's guided in the air. Down to third man, who's picked it up. Sends it back in. 2 runs. It's a nice shot there from Sampal. Just leant back, watched the ball, placed it into the gap. Smart cricket. Short one, and it's guided again. Down to third man for a single. A little bit of a change of tactic here for Canada, playing change from his opening spell for Zahid, where he was bowling a lot of good length deliveries. Now we have a little bit shorter length. See how the Nepalese lower order batters are able to face short deliveries. Still a lot of protection behind square on the offside with that deep third man and deep point. Comes in, last ball of the over, and it's pushed into the offside. Fielder picks it up, flings it in. It's pretty wide. There's going to be overthrows. And the bowler's not happy about that at all. Point fielder picked it up, but the throw into the bowler's end was not accurate. And the fielder backing up was not able to stop it. So overthrows ended up going for 4. There's 5 runs off that last delivery, taking Nepal up to 132 for 8 off 36 overs. We've got a change in bowling. Shiv Patel is off and Sukhjinder Singh is back on. Guided out to the leg side, opportunity for 2 here as the deep square leg comes in, picks it up. 2 runs for Kushal. Sukhjinder Singh, figures of 2 for 30 off of 6 overs. Punched out into the leg side again. Not quite as far, so only a single this time. Sukhjinder Singh started off with some really nice. Well, he's been bowling very well all day. Had a couple of very economical overs at the start, where he picked up his 2 wickets, and then Mohammad Arif Sheikh hit a 4 and a 6 off of his bowling, same over. Got away with a few runs, but overall he's been bowling very good line and length. Umpal to face. Pushes it down the wicket, but it's fielded by Sukhjinder. Oh, he's past the outside edge. Floated up nicely. He's turned away. Played down the straight line, but it's gone past the edge. And again. It's really challenging the outside edge of the bat here today. And Sumpal is struggling to get to the pitch of the ball. Finish off the over, he comes in, and another one. 3 in a row past the outside edge of the bat. Very well bowled from Sukhjinder Singh. Zaid Shahzad comes back on for another over. Now into his 9th over. Partnership's now up to 29 runs. Comes in, guided down. Oh, there's a run out chance, but ends up being a comfortable single. Yeah, so partnership's on to 30 runs now between these two. Kushal Patel is on to 23 and Sumpal Kami is 6. So he comes in. Oh, he swung through. Big edge. Well, appeal for an edge. A lot of interest from the Canadian fielders, but no interest from the umpire. We watched it on the replay. Does looks like some dust coming up from the pitch when he plays his shot, so maybe he hit the ground and not the ball. Either way, umpire was not interested. Hard to tell there. It's good from Zaid Shahzad. Goes again, straight of delivery. Non-striker's interested in the single, but the striker's not. Ends up with no run. Fourth ball of the over. Here comes Zad. Pushed it into point. They're going for it. Attempt at a run out the non-striker's end, but the batter was safely home. Nepalese batters looking for the singles now. Once again, driven back down the wicket. Beautiful shot from Kushal Patel for 4 runs. He's waited for the slightly overpitched delivery and has struck that beautifully back down the wicket. Nepal move on to 141 for 8. Comes in, defends it into the leg side, but mid-wicket in quickly to stop any run. As there's 6 off the over. And Sukhjinder Singh will be continuing. Sukhjinder's to his 8th over. Interesting to see how this over goes, given the last few deliveries from the last over. Sukhjinder Singh spun it past the edge of Sampal Kami several times in a row. He's swept that one. It's coming down to the boundary here at fine leg, and it will be 4 runs. A well-played sweep from Sampal Kami. Started that, Sukhjinder Singh started that ball off on a line a little bit further down the leg side. And the batter was able to take advantage of that, play an excellent sweep shot. Better line there from Sukhjinder. Comes in again. Full pitch delivery. Defended nicely. It's cut out through the offside to the fielder in the deep for a single. Comes in, 5th ball of the over. Partnership moves on to 40. Very important. 40 very important runs for Nepal. Punished into cover there. Fielders trying to tempt him for a run, but they're not interested. 5 off the over. Ball moved up to 146 for 8. Run rate of 3.74. And you feel like they're recovering here into a territory of a defendable total. Had 2 good partnerships. This one between Sampal Kami and Kushal Patel. And another one, 60 runs between Mohammad Arif Sheikh and Arjun Saud. 2 very crucial partnerships. in between those partnerships, there's been a flurry of wickets. Canada will want a couple quick wickets now. That's a big appeal from Zahid Shahzad. Appeal for LBW. There's a question of inside edge. We look back at the replay. They have edge for 1 run. It's given as a run rather than a leg by, so umpire must have noticed an edge. Ball. Keeps low, but well defended by Kushal. Zahid Shahzad's in his last over here. His 10th over comes in. And it's driven back down the wicket to long on for a single. He's definitely, the bowler is interested in picking up another couple of wickets here. At some point he would have hoped to have got a 5 for today, but he's bowled very, very well so far. It's driven back down the wickets. They're going for a quick single. Fielder quickly on it, but not able to stop the single. So, bowled a very, very good 10 overs today. But he'll be even happier if he can nick one off here and get a 4th wicket at the end of his spell. Comes in. Down to long on. Just the single. That brings Nepal's 150 up. 150 for 8 of 39.5 overs. Current partnership 44 of 67. At some point, they might not have thought they would have got to 150, and they were 36 for 5. But the lower middle order has really come through. No run there off the last ball of the over. 40 overs are up, 150 for 8. has pushed out to deep point for a single. Last ball of the over. 4 runs off the over. Sukhjinder Singh completed his 9th over. Current figures are 2 for 41. 2 for 42. My apologies. Off 9 overs. 1 more over for Sukhjinder. Going to have a new bowler from this end as Zahid Shahzad has finished his 10 overs. Nepal are moving along nicely at the moment, 154 for 8. The new bowler is Padam Joshi. He comes, right arm around the wicket. Little down for a single to short third man. Padam Joshi bowled in the first game, 5 overs for 17 runs. Right arm finger spin. Comes in. Pushes it out to a deep mid-wicket for a single. So right now the field is fairly well spread with a deep point, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg, a long on and a long off. Here we are. The 50 partnership has come up. 76 balls. 16 for Sompal and 33 for Kushal. Down to long on for a single. We've got five fielders out on the boundary. Comes in. Four singles off the over so far. 1 ball left. Defended. Picked up by the keeper. And that's the over. So 42 overs complete and Nepal 158 for 8. Jinder is going to finish off the last of his 10 overs. Excellent 10 overs he's bowled today. He's taken 2 wickets for 42. And he'll be looking for a 3rd wicket here. He comes. Punch down to long on for a single. Kushal moves on to 35. These 2 batters have been content in the last few overs, pushing for 1s and 2s. And it's been rewarded with a good partnership. Go for a sweep. Sweeps it down to deep square leg. Who dives, picks it up, and is able to return it. Keep them to 1. Punched into the cover, no run. Out to the deep square leg. For 1. So the projected score has remained pretty consistent. It's at 188. It's been like that for the last 20 overs or so. I think if they can get up to that kind of score, they'll be fairly satisfied with their day's efforts. Last ball of the over, and it's cut out to deep point for a single. 4 runs off the over. Sukhjinder Singh finishes with figures of 10 overs, 2 for 46. Zahid Shahzad has also finished his 10 overs, 3 for 35. So the last 7 overs. Likely be shared between the other 5 bowlers who have bowled today. Tejinder Singh, Jaskaran Buttar, Shil Patel, Rana Salmangani and Padam Joshi. Padam Joshi coming in. Ends up being an easy single. Rick, the fielder, stopped it but wasn't able to pick it up and allowed them to come through for that single. Right arm around. Pushed into the leg side, but there's no single there. It's getting through these overs pretty quickly. Oh, goes to push it into the offside. Isn't able to make contact and the ball just passes the edge. 4th ball of the over. Oh, knocked back in the air past the bowler. Down to long on for a single. Bowler may have been interested for a split second, but wasn't a catching opportunity. This one straight back to the bowler. Turns around, straight back to his mark. Leaving no gap in between deliveries. 6th ball, defended into the offside. And picked up by the keeper. Just 2 off the over. 44 overs complete, 164 for 8. Shil Patel is back on to bowl the 45th over. He's bowled 7 overs, 1 for 16 runs so far, an economy of 2.29. He's been very, very tight, very consistent. And there again, that is beautifully flighted, turning past the edge. Too good for the batter, too good. And that's the line and length he's going to want to continue to bowl. He's pushed it, big edge, quick single, comfortably home. You can see from this angle, he was a little bit early on the ball. But it ended up safely going into the offside. Now, Sompal Kami's had some struggles against Shiel Patel, but also hit some nice sweep shots. We'll see what comes out. Here we go. Fully pitched. No run. Comfortably defended this time. Comes into Sompal, who guides it to... Oh! Guides it to third man, who has misfielded it. It's gone through, so able to get back for a second and a third. Some poor fielding there from Canada. Allows Nepal to get an extra 2 runs. It was a quick single that Nepal were comfortably in for, but unfortunately the third man wasn't able to pick up the ball, and the ball rolled down almost to the boundary for 3. That's cover driven, but straight to the fielder. So that ends the over. 4 runs off the over. 45th over is complete. 168 for 5. All have 5 overs left. Adam Joshi is going to continue for a 3rd over. He's currently conceded 6 runs. Shiel Patel has another 2 overs, so he may be on to continue. So we have 5 overs. If Shiel bowls 2, that leaves 3 overs. Adam Joshi's going to take 1 of those and may bowl another couple. So interesting to see how Canada, which bowlers they choose to close out this innings. Shiel Patel has been bowling very tight, only offering 2.5 runs and over. Adam Joshi also very tight, only 3 runs and over. Nepal may think about trying to increase the run rate. Yep, big hit through the leg side, but only for a single. The 2 batters at the moment, they're fairly set. Kushal Patel, 38. Sompal Kami, 23. He comes. Oh, goes for a little dab down to third man. There's no one down there at the moment, so there's a gap opportunity for runs, but he wasn't able to time the shot. This time he was, though, and he gets it through. They're going to go for at least 1, 2, but the fielder picks it up and restricts it to 2 runs. That was much better played and a good idea. Seen where the gap was in the field. Executed it well. Nepal looking to push the run rate a bit here. They may be eyeing a score of over 200. And he's edged it, but guided it down to third man, and that's 4 runs. It's well played from Kushal Patel. He's targeting the gaps. The outfield is quick enough to allow that to go for 4. So Canada changing their field. They've brought in that short third man. You can see at the top of your picture. Backward point remains. Pushed into the leg side for a single. There's 8 off the over so far. Last ball. Sompal tries the same shot as Kushal, but is not able to make any contact. So it's a dot ball to end the over. 8 runs off the over. Ball 176 for 8 off 46 over. 4 overs left. Kushal Patel will continue to bowl. He has 2 overs left. Likely will bowl them out from this end. He's only gone for 20 runs off his 8 overs. Kushal Patel is batting very nicely, 45 off 61. He'll be eyeing up a half century. He's batting with a decent strike rate. The partnership continues to grow. It's now on 7. Kushal Patel. Batter is hit on the pads, no run. Gone for a shot back down the wicket, but the bowler is able to field it. Another dot ball. Patel runs in, 3rd ball of the over. It's cut to Point, who stops it, not able to pick it up, and they get through for a single. Hit back down the wicket to long on, just for a single. Big turn and bounce there from Kushal Patel. Too much bounce, straight past the edge of the bat. Last ball of the over comes in, hits it back down the wicket, fielded by the bowler, and that's another good over from Kushal Patel. Only the 2 runs off of it. So Nepal on 178 for 8, 3 overs left. Do we have another over from Padam Joshi here, or it looks like we've got a change of bowler? So Jasker Ambatar is going to come back on. He's bowled 6 overs for 20 runs so far. Economy of 3.33. He's coming in to bowl the death overs. Nepal, I hope we're going to be eyeing an opportunity to hit a little bit in these last 3 overs and get over the 200 milestone. Target Jasker Ambatar. Try and get a few boundaries here off these remaining overs. Hit back down the wicket to long on, just for a single. Puts the informed batter, Kushal Patel, back on strike. He'll be looking for an opportunity here to reach the boundary and also cross off a milestone here of half century. Will Buttar give him an opportunity? In he comes. Just back down the wicket. No run there. It's been a very watchful but sensible innings from Kushal Patel. He certainly deserves his 50 if he can make it. Played an innings full of good cricket shots and patience. And he's gone for it. He's blasted it through the offside, to the boundary, through the covers, and that's his 50 up. Excellent innings from Kushal Patel. He goes to celebrate with his partner. He waited for the right ball. A little bit of width. And he's hit strongly through the offside. Well played to Kushal Patel. A 50 was up off 68 balls, 5 boundaries. Here he goes again, and he guides it down to third man, likely for a single, but they're coming back for a second. Some excellent running from the two Nepalese batters. Kushal Patel ran the first run extremely fast. And that's what gave him the opportunity to get back for, in the end, a very comfortable second run. So they've started well here. 7 runs off 4 balls. Are we looking to try and capitalize a little bit more here? He comes, and he's hit it straight to cover. And it's an excellent catch. Kushal looks disappointed, looks down, looks disappointed, but it was an excellent catch from the Canadian fielder. He absolutely middled that. It looked like a certain boundary, but it was ended up being an excellent catch. And although he walks off disappointed, he's played a crucial and very well-timed innings of 50 runs to get Nepal into a score that is going to be challenging for Canada to get to. Catch was taken by Alida Nadim and off Jaskaran Buttar. So there's 1 ball left in the over, 13 balls left in the innings, and one wicket left. New batter is Karan Kesi. Buttar into bowl, and he swings and misses. And that ends the over. 7 runs, 1 wicket off the over. Jaskaran Buttar has figures of 1 for 27 off 7 overs. 2 overs left for the Nepalese innings. .26 not out off 53 balls. In comes the first ball of the over. Turns it, takes the edge down to short third man, but they get through for a quick single. Batters having a quick chat. new batter, Karen KC, is taking a middle guard. 11 balls left. And not sure what his approach will be here, if he's going to try and hit out or just keep knocking it around. They knock it for a single. It's a comfortable single to short third man. And it's a smart move to put the batter who's set on strike. Here's Shiv Patel comes in and he goes for a big hit. He's gone for a big hit and he's been given out. Let's have a look at this replay. I think he's again given out, caught behind. Yes. It's hard to tell, but it turns out to be a very good catch by the wicketkeeper. So he was caught behind, leaving Nepal all out for 187 runs off 48.3 overs. An excellent wicket for Shiv Patel at the end there, who ends up with 9.3 overs, 2 for 42. The other pick of the bowlers being Zahid Shahzad, who bowled 10 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 35, and Sukhjinder Singh, 10 overs, 2 for 46. Nepal, who started off fairly badly, ending at 36 for 5, but they managed to have 2 excellent partnerships. First one of 60 between Mohammad Arif Sheikh, who scored 40 runs, and Arjun Saud scored 17 runs. And then the second partnership between Kushal Patel, who scored 52, and Sampal Kami, who scored 27. They had a partnership of 79 runs. And between those 2 partnerships, they've managed to get Nepal up to 187 all out. There'll be a break now before Canada innings begin. Welcoming everyone back for the Canadian innings. We've got the opening batters, Ajivir Singh and Shubham Sharma. And the bowler for Nepal is Rujan Dakal. We'll be starting shortly. Canada requiring 188 runs to win, which is a required run rate of 3.76. All starting with one slip and fairly conventional field. It's the deep third man and deep fine leg. And that first one is nurdled down to deep fine leg for a single. Shubham's taking a middle guard. He's facing up to left arm fast bowler, Rujan Dakal. And coming for the second delivery, and it's pitched quite far outside of leg and hit him on the pads. Big appeal from the bowler, but realistically not likely to be out LBW. The ball popped up down to short third man, but no run was taken. Sun continues to shine. The wind continues to blow. Still quite a cold day for everyone involved. Attempts to warm up during the lunch break. Otherwise we're back out. Here we are, and he's milled it back down the wicket. Tremendous shot from the opening batter before. See the replay of that. Walks down the wicket, holds the pose. Absolutely raced off the middle of the bat. So a good start for Canada. 5 for no loss off 3 balls. Comes in. And another drive back down the wicket past the fielders for 4 runs. This is an excellent shot from Sharma. A lovely straight drive. Bowler was unable to field the ball. And it's straight back down the wicket. Two fours and 2 deliveries. First over, we've got the last delivery here from Rijal. Canada currently 9 for no loss. Running in. And it's hit back down the wicket to mid-on, and they take a quick single safely home. That finishes the first over. 10 runs for no loss. I'd like to welcome our guest here, Sheel Patel, who was one of the Canadian bowlers who bowled 9.3 overs, 2 wickets for 24 runs. Really nice tight spell. Put a lot of pressure on the Nepalese batters, so well bowled. Welcome.
Thank you, Martin.
Okay, great. How was the spell for you? How did you find it out there?
I felt it pretty good. Early on, I got pretty well control. I was just looking to land the ball in the right areas, and the pitch was helping me. So really, just trying to hit the good length every ball and just build up the dots, which was what we wanted, and we got them to a good start.
I completely agree. You were really landing it on the right spot. Did you find there was a reasonable amount of spin for you?
Yep. So that's why there was a lot of spin and bounce on offer. So when you really slow it down a bit, you can get that out of the wicket. So really focusing on that.
And how do you think it will go for your teammates batting today?
I feel like we have a strong batting unit, especially chasing 180 on this wicket. So far with the start we got, looking to get the power play in. Maybe get 40-50 runs in the power play, then it becomes a little easier. Not looking to take any risky shots or risky singles because we know that Paul's a good fielding side, so we're keeping that in mind.
We've got new bowler is Late-innings coming into bowl, defended by Sharma. And so it was an interesting innings from Nepal. They lost a lot of wickets at the start, but had a couple of good partnerships. At some point, you thought might finish under 100, but they ended up with quite a reasonable score, 187.
Correct.
How do you think, when they were batting, did they kind of change their approach after they lost their wickets?
Yeah, I think they were really just looking to build a partnership in terms of just staying at the wicket. It didn't look like they cared too much about the runs that they were scoring. They just wanted to dig in, get used to the wicket, and then from there that we saw that there was runs on offer. So one of the talking points was, if we do lose some quick wickets, whatever it is, let's just try to dig in and take the game as long as possible.
Mm-hmm. It was just pushed into the leg side there for 2 runs for Sharma. And in terms of the pitch, we've got another left arm spinner here. Do you think their approach will be similar to yours?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's very helpful for spinners. Even with the new ball, it's even better because you can get one skid on. So I think this is gonna be a good contest to watch. So we'll see. But I think their game plans would be similar to mine.
Mm-hmm.
At least what I had in mind was just get the ball up there,
mm-hmm.
give us some flight, and let it grip and turn.
And I believe you had 2 wickets. Talk me through those wickets.
Yeah, so just looking to, again, pitch in the good length area, and then luckily for the 2 wickets I got some a little bit extra bounce on those,
Mm-hmm.
and my keeper took 2 good catches up high, so both just caught behind,
Mm-hmm.
getting them to play forward as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you were turning it very nicely past the bat, especially the right-handers.
Mm-hmm.
In comes Lead to bowl. It's pushed that back down the wicket, but there's no run. And so is this the end of your season for you? These matches?
So the domestic season is done.
Yep.
So these are the last couple of matches that we have,
And
all the playoffs are done for every other league, so.
Which do you play for a domestic team?
So I play for JB Masters
Okay.
in Super 9, so yeah. Then a couple other teams in BDCL. I play for Patiala, so yeah.
Very good. And how did your Super 9 season go?
Super 9 season went very well, actually. I finished top of the chart for wickets and second in MVP, so had a good year in that.
Congratulations. Very good season until today. It got a bit cold.
Yeah, today's.
Otherwise, you've had a beautiful fall.
Yep.
Been able to get all the playoffs in with good conditions, good weather. Comes into bowl, hits him on the pads, but pitching outside leg. So no interest from the umpire. Do you have any more matches lined up?
No. These 2 games are the last games for us, and then hard work in the off season and come back next year.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you,
I
Martin.
really appreciate taking the time, and well bowled today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really well played. Thanks to our guest there, Sheil Patel. Very well-spoken young man and a very good left-arm spinner. Continue here. Canada. Oh, a big hit up in the air, out over the offside. Two Nepalese fielders racing to get it. Good teamwork getting the ball back to the keeper. Maybe 10 yards short of the boundary. They got 2 runs for that. Canada's team currently on 17 for no loss after 2.3 overs. Sharma's hit 16 of those runs off 12 balls. He's looking in good form. The 4th ball of the over comes in, pushed out in the boundary, pushed into the gap. Same 2 fielders after it. They're chasing it down. They'll stop it short of the boundary, but they'll still get home for another couple. 6 off the over so far. Sharma's looking in great form. Strike rate of almost 150. He's taken most of the strikes so far. Playing with intent. The ball. And he's gone high. It's a top edge. It's going down to 3rd man, and he is out caught. Commentator's curse. Unfortunately, he was looking good form, but this one just took top edge and went straight to the 3rd man fielder. And Sharma is out for 18 runs off 14 deliveries. And it's a good breakthrough for Nepal. So first wicket for Rajan Dakal. And the new batsman, Yuvraj Samra, left-handed bat. He's going to be facing 1 ball that's left in the over. Taking a middle guard. Nepal have 2 slips, a deep 3rd man and deep fine leg. Everyone else in the circle. Mid wicket, mid on, mid off, cover and point. Comes into bowl, final ball of the over. And it's pushed safely into the offside. End of the 3 overs. Canada 19 for 1. And to continue from the This end is Lalit Narayan. He's going to bowl his second over. First over went for 3 runs. Bowling to Adivya Singh, who's on 1 not out. Second ball takes an inside edge down towards fine leg. They come through for 1. Not interested in a second. Fielded by the slip fielder. Just changing the field for the left-handed batter. There is a short fine leg and a deep square leg. There's also a long on. To everyone on the offside in the ring. Pushes it out to the leg side, down to that long on, where they're going to get a single. Yuvraj off the mark. Defended. Singh is taking a tight line, similar to Shiv Patel. Keeping it fairly wicket to wicket at this stage. Trying to get some turn off of this pitch. Oh, he's gone for a pull shot across the line, and that was a straight delivery. It's dangerously close to the stumps there. But he survives. Comes in, last ball of the over. Well defended. 2 runs off the over. Canada 21 for 1 off 4 overs. Left arm seamer Rajan Dakal continues to his 3rd over. Now they've got 1 slip, 1 gully. Predominantly offside field. It's pushed out into the offside, but straight to cover. No run taken. Comes in, second ball of the over. Outside the off stump. Low bounce, tricky for the wicket keeper to pick up. Ends up bouncing down to fine leg for a single. A bye. Comes in for the third ball of the over. Oh, and it's a tight delivery. The batter's expecting that to go more away from him, but it ends up coming in and really cramping him up. Wasn't really a ball that you would want to cut, but it was too late by the time Ajivir Singh had got into position. Lucky not to edge that to keeper or slip. It's good bowling. It's driven through the offside, taken a bit of an edge, gone down to third man for a single. Two balls left in the over. Dakal's running in. Yuvraj on strike. Nicely angled delivery there. Defended comfortably by Yuvraj. Last ball to the over. Comes in, it's wide, but a lot of movement in and is left by the batter. It completes the fifth over. 23 for 1. Narayan continues into his third over. Only conceded 5 runs. It's tricky to play against this left arm spin. Bowling very wicket to wicket. Keeping it tight. Here comes bowling to Singh. Oh, he's gone down the wicket. Tried to play it over the top for a big shot and has ended up being stumped by an excellent piece of wicket keeping. The ball did not maybe bounce as much as you were expecting. It turned quite significantly. You can see from this side-on angle that the batter was comfortably out of his crease. It's excellent bowling from Lalit Narayan. And wicket keeping. And that's another wicket for Nepal. It's the pressure onto the Canadian team. New batter is Ali Nadim, who took an excellent catch earlier. Coming in, Ali Nadim coming in with a little bit of pressure on here. Canada have lost a couple of wickets. And Nepal's bowlers are bowling very well. Narayan opening the bowling again. He opened in the last match. He bowled 10 overs, 2 maidens, 2 wickets for 24 runs, an economy of 2.4. And he's continuing that very economic bowling with this spell here. He's only gone for 5 runs off 2.2 overs. He comes in, third ball of the over to the new batter. Pushes it back. Solid in defence. Looking at Lalit's previous match to the 2 for 24. He also did 9 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 29. This is guided down to short third man, but no run was taken. He's been keeping a very low economy rate throughout the series of matches, averaging below 3 with the ball, and often bowling his full quota of overs. Ali Nadim is looking to make the most of, or trying to kick on from the last couple of matches. He's had a couple of starts, 14 off 19 in one match and 20